hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. And it's time to break it down. Alright, it's Breakman. And this is actually not going to be any different than the other times we've fought him. So just handle him the same way. He does not have that much... Oh, I thought I was going to go down there and I could jump over him. Yeah, I'm taking hits. Doesn't matter. Like I said, really quick, really simple. Oh no, right after we received the last element, Wily ran off with Gamma. We finally have plot, and also 2 sentences and they misspelled Wily's name. So what does all that even mean? Well, if you read the instruction manual, do we even have access to that on the Legacy Collection? Well, back on the NES, if you read the instruction manual, that's where you'd get the plot from. So apparently what happened in this game was Wily and Light were teaming up, and the idea was they were creating this big peacekeeping robot named Gamma, and this Gamma was going to be a sign of peace between them, and he wasn't going to try and destroy Mega Man and dominate the world anymore. We can see how that's turning out. And these elements were things that we had to gather in order to complete Gamma, things that Mega Man had to gather, and we gathered them by beating, well, the 8 Robot Masters. And supposedly all those things that we did at the Robot Master stages were on different planets. Because we went to different planets or whatever to get them. Ignore some of the background on some of that for that plot to make sense, but that's the plot, okay? That's the plot. And so what Light is saying there just sounds really weird when you have no other context like that. Is just like, okay, well, what are these elements for? What is this Gamma? What are we talking about here? Because if you're just playing the game like we are, we don't actually have that sort of information. Anyways, this is Wily's Castle. One of the easier Wily castles in the Mega Man series, if I do say so. I mean, look at all the stuff they're just throwing at us. Like, how much damage did they expect us to take by now? We got a Hammer Joe over there. I'm just going to handle him with the traditional Mega Buster so I can actually show how many shots it takes. Because we've been doing other stuff like punching him in the face. The stages in this, the Wily stages in this game are actually pretty short. You can probably tell from the video length, but guess what? We're going to get through 2 stages today in this video length. I think part of that reason is because we had those extra Doc Robot stages, which is why we have shorter Wily stages. And yeah, we'll just go ahead and fill stuff up. Now, the boss we fight here is actually pretty easy to contend with. You can use the Mega Buster, you can use Shadow Blade, you can use Top Spin. These are all valid things. So it's these little turtle things. They send them out. Those little whirlwinds, they won't actually damage you. They'll just push you around. Let me try and demonstrate that. Yeah, see? Just push us around. Shadow Blade and Top Spin will kill those turtles in one shot. And you can see we're doing, like, increasing damage to the whole thing. So next one, yeah, is the last one. Yeah, not much to that guy. Those turtles will kind of bounce around. If they bounce around long enough, they'll shed their shell and keep bouncing around. And then the shell might explode if you get close to it, but it's a very low threat. No, I was gonna... This is why I did not do the drop platforms legitimately. I am pressing the jump button, it's just not working as well as I would like it to be. The drop platforms aren't working as well as I'd like them to be. think they work a lot better in Mega Man Maker. There's a 1-up over there. I don't need that. Are we even gonna die in the rest of this game? Yeah, we might take 1 death. We'll see. We're planning. That's what we're planning on. We have bees. We have these chompers. Again, we do have a safe spot there to contend with them, and we have a spot over here to contend with the bees. So just take them down with the Mega Buster. Mega Buster is best for that, in my opinion, just because you can fire off 3 shots rapidly, and then keep shooting again. Of course, that time the bees came up from below us. But we have tons of health here. And 2 easy E's. Oh, speaking of easy E, another thing I wanted to mention, that is a reference to something, but it is, I just found out recently that Easy E is apparently also a rapper. That is not the reference I am making. If you're curious what reference I'm making, well, keep guessing. Anyways, boss time. You might think something's kind of odd when you first enter the room and the boss gauge fills up and then nothing is coming. Well, that's because the Block Devil is coming. Yes, we brought this thing back. A very similar pattern. It has a couple weaknesses. Shadow Blade, as you can see, works well on it. Hard Knuckle also works well because you give him a black eye. I mean, why wouldn't that work? And I have a much easier time dodging like the second volley because I can actually see the blocks preparing to move. Now this is a new technique, and it's insanely difficult to try and dodge. The difficulty with trying to use Shadow Blade diagonally on the ground is you might take a few steps forward unintentionally and end up taking a massive amount of contact damage. Yeah, there we go. Alright, well, with that, I will see you guys next time.